Hello there, Reject Nation. If you haven't seen our Avengers story trailer reaction, you know, the m.o.d.o.k threat, go check that out. As promised, we're going to cover the gameplay now. This is coming from GameSpot. Marvel's Avengers Full War Table gameplay reveal event. Yeah, it's 25 minutes long. Let's just swing into action and see what's up. I did want to mention again that I'm playing The Last of Us 2. Started up super late last night. Periodically, I'm going to be posting videos on Twitter, sharing reactions and thoughts and feelings through it. Eventually, there'll be a YouTube video, but follow me on Twitter in the meantime. Let's do this. And we'll be skipping the story trailer that's featured in here.
What's up, Marvel fans?
What's up?
I'm Casey Lynch, and I'm editorial director at Crystal Dynamics. Marvel's Avengers War Table is your direct source for all things Marvel's Avengers. We've got a great show lined up with new trailers, new details on one of our main villains, m.o.d.o.k, and advanced idea mechanics. And we'll take a first look at co-op and war zones. If you've ever thought, what is this game? Or how does it work? Then this is the show for you.
Do you use a controller?
Let's get into it, starting with the story trailer. In the aftermath of M.o.d.o.k, everything changed.
You so-called heroes transformed San Francisco into an infectious, gas-filled quarantine zone.
It
You
sounds like
unleashed
Samuel L.
disease,
Jackson.
powerful beings that wreak havoc throughout our nation. So I ask you again, Dr. Banner, do the Avengers pose a danger
But
to
it's not.
society? Yes.
I can promise you this.
Yes.
I will use this second chance to make you safe. AIM will find a cure for the inhuman disease.
As a founding member of Tech Giant Advanced Idea Mechanics, or AIM,
OG
George
M.o.d.o.k.
Tarleton dreamt of a world made better through science. But even as AIM promises a cure to end the inhuman infection, and the revolutionary Adaptoid project offers a world protected by science, Tarleton, a victim of M.o.d.o.k himself, uses AIM's technological might and the public's fear of Inhumans to convince the world that the superpowered are uncontrollable and cannot be trusted. His deranged obsession drives him to become m.o.d.o.k, mental organism designed only for killing. When choosing a villain, we knew we needed someone who had the muscle and mental capacity to become an Avengers-level threat. We also wanted a new face for modern Avengers fans. New face. Comic fans know m.o.d.o.k is anything but new. His origin in Marvel lore dates back more than 50 years to October of 1967 in Tales of Suspense. Now, with AIM's drive to manipulate public fear and his ability to control machines with his mind, Tarleton and AIM are the most sophisticated threat the Avengers have ever faced.
Awesome.
But a teenage fangirl named Kamala Khan doesn't trust AIM. In
Fangirl.
fact, she's convinced that AIM is experimenting on her fellow Inhumans under the guise of finding a cure. And she believes George Tarleton was behind the plot to discredit the Avengers. And she has proof. As you pick up the trail of the long-disbanded Avengers, you'll advance the story of the single-player campaign, unlocking more and more hero-specific missions. We know you've been asking for new gameplay that's not from M.o.d.o.k. We hear you. So here's a playthrough of part of a new Thor hero
Don't
movie.
sound so upset with us.
Adventure.
We hear you. Ooh.
We're here live at the AIM experience in Manhattan, witnessing the return of the Avengers, but they appear to be attacking the city. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Is it any coincidence that this attack comes on the very day that AIM is supposed to unveil their promising new Adaptoid program?
Looks like he just saved the day.
Thank you.
Was that Christine Everhart from Iron Man 1? Huh. keep wanting him to move like Kratos.
Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Where did you come from? I was serving the colonies when it started raining bolts of metal from the skies.
It's unbelievably good to see you.
Bit dramatic, don't you think?
It doesn't matter. He's here now.
Nice.
Nice.
Never, when mortals are in peril. Where do you hide, Doctor? Can you not face me?
Sounds kind of like Peter Lorre. Low key Peter Lorre.
His style does it does remind me of Kratos.
What are these things? They're drilling into the depths. Nothing at all that comes after crashing that house. But, aren't they?
Well done, Thor. Now only 10 more of those to go.
Hello. Just like old times.
Aim dropships inbound.
Sweet.
On those mechs.
Oh,
Kamala, you okay? Yeah? No. On my way. Hulk, you got this?
does it?
Is that Maria Hill he's on the call? Or that Black Widow?
Thought it was Black Widow, but it could be Maria Hill. It'd be cool if it was Maria Hill.
It must be Black Widow. Yeah.
No, I want to play as Maria Hill.
Can't discern some voices yet.
Still losing altitude. Thor, can you hold that wind?
Tear this ship apart.
This is just like watching someone play a video game.
Look at Hulk punching nothing in the background. There he goes.
Yeah. Almost crushed Thor's. Cap is my boy.
I mean, Thor's the shit. He really is.
It's making me want that hammer. I hope throughout the game you just get to dress him in different t-shirts.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh. Ow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to go, Hulk. You did something. Ha!
We're the terrorists in this alien experience story.
Not on my watch. The Chimera can't go down. Not again.
Damn, it's like a full-on Thor gameplay here.
Yeah.
Heading for the command deck. Got my hands full, kid. I'm on them. Nice. Security subsystems just came back online. It's working.
Can you enable lockdown?
Already working on it.
He. Guy just looks like a mocap actor.
Why aren't you just lightning, thunder striking everything?
Ugh.
Wow, legs spread wide open.
Spready.
Handle the launch with myself. You don't have to. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Guys, the Chimera can't take much more of this. They did a lot of damage down in the engine room.
And you keep striking lightning on top of it.
I'm leaving. Oh! Smart. That was cool. Wonder how often you can do that.
Call up Tony. We're trying to restart the engines, but there's not
I
enough power.
just don't like his face.
Hey, get the thunder. Stay behind me.
And it's not because it's not exactly Chris Hemsworth's face.
No, John, that is what it is. 100%.
Well, that was what most of the comments were about in the last video.
Whatever. I never said that. You guys assumed.
Once an Avenger is a great example of a hero mission. A single-player campaign experience focusing on a specific playable character. Hero missions give us a chance to tell more of each hero's story and showcase the variety and depth of our hero designs. Let's take a quick look at how Thor plays. With the game's combat systems, players can string together combos of heavy and light attacks, or hold for signature attacks.
Nice.
Combat versatility is one of Thor's strengths, from making use of Mjolnir to pin enemies from a distance, or bringing the sky down on his foes. In addition to core combat moves, the God of Thunder has a wide variety of skills to unlock that give him access to classic moves. This is one of our favorites, manual targeting. We largely drew our influence from writer Jason Aaron's run on the Mighty Thor comic. Manual targeting allows you to quickly mark your enemies for bullseyes with Mjolnir, and one by one, you can mark them and knock them down as Mjolnir comes back to you. Follow that up with a powerful
That's awesome.
Great power.
combo. Manual targeting is a great ranged attack, but if up close and personal is more your style, go with the hammer spin or Mjolnir Cyclone.
Never a challenge.
Focus.
Heroes have 3 special heroic moves:
Whoa.
Assault, Ultimate, and Support. When
Assault,
designing our
Battery,
heroes,
and
we
Mystic.
started with the signature moves from the comics and movies that we've always wanted to play.
Whoa.
The Assault Heroic charges the fastest, and in some cases, you can store multiple charges to use strategically as a part of your combos. You can perform these at the heroic meters with normal attacks. For instance,
Oh, damn. That gladiator outfit.
Bite, which is an electroshock projectile move you might recognize. You can see Nat using it right here.
He knows her personally.
Each hero also has a unique support heroic that's designed to enhance co-op and team play. For example, Thor's support, Warrior's Fury, lets him channel the power of the gods to supercharge his Odin force and grants a period of invulnerability for nearby team members. You can see this in action when Iron Man gets the buff as he flies through Thor's support. Ultimates take longer to charge, but they're definitely worth the wait. They have more screen clearing power, and some even have residual effects, like Thor's Bifrost Ultimate. Thor's ultimate heroic channels the power of the 9 realms, and his Bifrost taps into Muspelheim to bypass unbreakable shields, allowing Thor to use the power of the Bifrost Bridge to do maximum damage.
I hope we get to see the other players.
We know everyone plays differently, so we have melee, ranged, aerial, and ground combat.
Thor's like...
to tailor
Seems
your
like the
hero
hardest one to
your
top.
playstyle. As your heroes earn experience,
Seems like
they gain access to new skills.
Thor
Skill points allow you to
occupies
unlock new
multiple
moves,
playstyles.
combos, and even new versions of attacks. As you build up your heroes, you begin to see how unlocking and mastering the separate core skills offers a ton of depth and variety on its own for every hero.
Oh, cool.
And that's before gear, perks, artifacts, and any kind of later game progression. So why is all of this important? Because it means your Thor will play differently than my Thor, and my Hulk will play different than yours.
That's cool.
Another way to customize your heroes is with
My
gear.
Hulk's gonna be passive.
We previously talked about the different rarities and how perks will give you
And
powerful
afraid of
modifiers
confrontation.
for even more customization. Some perks apply special damage like plasma or gamma, or
Like
cause
me when
status
I'm
effects like
upset.
shrink, which will shrink enemies and reduce damage and defense.
Whoa.
You can see
Whoa.
Iron Man using gamma gear in this shot, and eagle-eyed fans probably noticed his laser sweep was green instead of red. Nope, that wasn't a bug. When you have gamma gear equipped, it grants a bonus damage modifier and changes the emissive color of your attack.
Damn.
And voila, green lasers. We know that if you look good, you'll play good. The Crystal team has really enjoyed
guess.
creating all new outfits for these heroes. And drawing from Marvel's
Different
new
pants for
history,
Hulk.
there are so many classics classic outfits to the game. Each hero has dozens of outfits drawn from
Oh,
some of the
did
most
you get the quantum
recognizable
suits?
eras in story arcs.
Nice.
You can earn them over the course of the
Oh,
story
they got out of the
campaign by
quantum
completing
suit.
missions and deciphering patterns. There's Iron Man's suit from the 2014 original
I tend to
Sin
always go
storyline.
classic.
Or Donald Blake, which is a nod to an alias of Thor
Yeah.
that first appeared in 1962's Journey into Mystery, issue 83. Or Tony's Stark Tech outfit that was inspired by the Bleeding Edge armor that first appeared in Invincible Iron Man number 25 in 2010. While there are a ton of outfits you'll earn just by playing, some will require completing iconic mission chains to earn each hero's iconic outfit. And some outfits will only be available in our online marketplace. You can even customize your attitude and let out your inner Hulk with the right emote.
Does he customize the attitude?
I think that's
I
canon.
guess so, yeah.
Those are just some of the ways you'll be able to build and spec out your heroes. Okay, I think it's time for another trailer. This one gives us a first look at how all that customization is especially fun when you play together. This is Co-op and Warzones.
Damn, let's see what's in store.
I can't believe it. AIM is firing on the Air Force.
These Adaptoids of his, they harvest their powers through the torture of these Inhumans. George Boy is gearing up for war.
Programmable power under our control. No more heroes.
The entire world is in terrible danger. Time is here.
I could pull some strings to spruce up the armory. Get ourselves some new toys to play with. Dangerous ones.
I'm picking up something in the atmosphere. A derivative of Terrigen.
I'm here. Who needs their ass kicked?
Very air breathes dark magic.
Oh, did he absorb that lightning there?
Yeah. Invincibility.
We gotta get this bird in the air before AIM comes looking for us.
You gotta rebuild the helicarrier.
Jarvis is unable to the schematics, and we'll get our tech heads on new gear ASAP.
Whoa.
Look at all this. Which nation state is AIM planning to go to war with?
Australia.
Heroes are people, and people can be corrupted.
Dude, Kamala Khan looks awesome.
One more thing to regret, didn't we?
Hulk beard. I mean, this game looks like a lot of fun.
You want to see powers? Here we go.
I wonder how often you could alternate. Like between characters? It's just like
So
you're
far, we've
choosing
talked
these
about the
missions
story,
and then
hero missions, and customization.
it'd be cool if you could switch
Now,
around
let's talk about
in the
Warzones.
middle. Afghanistan, Iraq, 1942 Germany.
Yeah, classic Warzone.
Warzones are missions which you can play with up to a total of 4
Bermuda.
players, or solo with an AI companion team made up of your unlocked and leveled heroes. Whether playing hero missions or war zones, you always make forward progress with your heroes. On your helicarrier, you'll use the war table to launch missions with a variety of objectives and challenges. As you
Okay.
saw in the co-op trailer, each mission is grounded in story. So whether you're in the campaign or war zones, you're always working together to stop AIM and rebuild the resistance. You get missions from Jarvis, Maria Hill, Hank Pym, and more characters from Marvel history. Once you pick your mission, you'll board the Quinjet, where you can matchmake, switch heroes, choose your loadout, and of course, pick the right look and attitude for the job.
Oh yeah.
As you start playing missions across the globe, you'll realize AIM has entrenched themselves in cities and remote locations alike, all in the name of research. Warzones range from wide open spaces designed for exploration and team traversal to dense interiors with a variety of objective-based challenges, boss fights, and rewards. Here's a mission we saw in the co-op trailer called To Tame a Titan, where we can see some team play. There's this cool shot of Iron Man, but you may have missed Kamala and Hulk performing a team finisher on that poor guy back there. When you max out some larger enemies' stun meter, two heroes can come together to perform a team finisher, which gives you a chance to take them down much faster.
Finish him.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Living the hero life is all about growth, getting stronger and better equipped to play smarter, and there are plenty of upgrades to help you do just that. As you progress through the campaign, you'll also be rebuilding and upgrading the Chimera, your helicarrier, which is your own flying base.
That's the part I'm
The
most looking
Resistance
forward
is a
to.
group who have banded together
Maintenance.
in the 5 years since A-Day.
To fight the First Order.
Some are inhuman and have powers. Some are former SHIELD agents who refuse to pledge allegiance to AIM. And some just want to help.
What is this place?
We call it the Anthill. Not my idea.
You'll join their cause in the field
Saw a
by
pimp
working
logo
directly
in the
with
back.
factions like the Inhuman Alliance and SHIELD agents m.o.d.o.k,
Oh.
Nick Fury, and more.
Dum Dukin.
Earning faction reputation will give you access to new challenges,
He deserved more than one movie.
We'll have something she needs help with.
new vendors, and more powerful items. There will always be new threats on the horizon, so you want to ensure your Avengers are ready for anything. We've talked about a lot today, but that's kind of the point. This is a really big.
We're gonna
ambitious
talk a lot
game.
during the game too.
Marvel's Avengers.
I'm only gonna talk about my criticisms after this.
I
I don't appreciate it.
humans and uncover the truth about AIM's plans. That's just the beginning. This is a brand new original Avengers single-player story that you can enjoy on your own. Made the Crystal
I
Dynamics
want
way.
a tease of one of the
It's
boss
also an
fights.
experience you can play with your friends that will grow as we add new heroes, new regions, and new story, all at no additional cost. Thank you for following us and believing in us. I want to give a big shout out to
welcome.
our community. Thank you for caring and telling us what you think.
Yeah, of course.
We're listening, and as fans ourselves, we're all working every day to make Marvel's Avengers worthy of your support.
I get it.
Please stick around after the show to ask questions and chat. On behalf of the whole Marvel's
They won't let
Avengers
you
team,
react, though.
Thank you for tuning in to the first Marvel's Avengers War Table.
Those are all
In the
videos
coming
they took
months,
down.
We'll talk about our first post-launch hero, our upcoming beta, and of course, our launch, when Marvel's Avengers arrives.
The day after my
September 4th.
birthday.
Dude.
Say it, John.
Happy birthday.
No, say the thing you always say
Oh,
when I
no.
want something.
I know what to get you for your birthday.
Yeah, that's it. You said it. You said the thing.
I said the thing. I brought the thing.
It's such a dumb Dugan thing
Dumb
to do.
Dugan dumb.
That guy played him Bison in Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh, just racking up those great rolls.
Anytime I pull out a notepad, I go, huh, didn't really need my notepad.
And then when you don't have it, that's when
I
you
don't
lose
have it.
your
I'm
train
like,
of thought.
crap, I should have had my notepad. It's
Don't.
like a placebo effect or something along that line.
Just keep it in your breast pocket at all times in case you should get shot.
Yeah, I actually thought that looked like a total blast. That looked like a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. The couple of concerns that I did have, even though you get the variety and the range comes from switching around to different players, and it looks like all that is all specifically tailored. You know, everyone feels like they'll garner a different experience per individual that you're playing as. The reason I was saying I want to see a bit of a boss level fight, you know, like a game is only rewarding when it feels challenging. And all the F 'em up abilities that you got and all the upgrades you can eventually earn, it all looks like a total blast. I can't emphasize that enough. It really looks like a blast. It also looked like it was really easy to do all this, and it felt like it could get repetitive after a while.
That's what I was concerned about.
Every game takes quite a few hours to play, right?
Yeah.
And after a while, you're like, you know, you need to mix up the challenges a bit. I know there's only so much you could do, even with upgrading the amount of moves and powers you can have. You need to mix up the challenges. And granted, they're trying to cover a lot in here, and I totally get that. They're trying to cover a whole bunch in this trailer. That is just my one little concern. And I know they're probably showing us early missions, you know, like especially the one that heavily focused on Thor when he had the Donald Blake outfit on,
Yeah.
with a volunteer sign on it. That all looks awesome. This looks like a walk in the park for the guy, though, too, you know?
Yeah. One, the mechanics mechanics of that particular level that they were showcasing were pretty samey across the board once you watch him take down one of those big giant machines and a few of the hench robots. You know, you get what's going on.
Like, I felt like they don't even need to ever block or anything.
Yeah, things like that. It made me wonder, are you just going to be like sitting there button mashing, and is the variety mostly going to be in trying the different characters out and figuring out whose playstyle you like the most? Or are they going to give you some kind of versatility within each character as well?
Well, the thing with games like this, where a lot of the fun can come in, is not just in the combat. If that was all like the Spider-Man game was, or God of War, because I was thinking of Kratos when I was watching this, you know, a big part of that is figuring stuff out when you're on the journey. The way you're hopping around missions here, I guess I was a little bit confused, and I wouldn't mind you guys clearing this up for me. I'm not saying this is what it is, but I'm asking you to clear it up. Is there any of that in the game? Or is it just you hop in and you're just fighting, you know? Because that would be boring for any game. With Spider-Man and God of War, the two games that were like popping in my head, is like, you know, the kind of when you're fighting a whole bunch of people, you're kind of doing a lot of the same moves, of course. It's all the in-between stuff that makes the combat feel that much more rewarding. And so what's that in-between stuff like? Is it just story mode, fight? Story, fight, you know? So what's the journey gonna be like? Are you just gonna be building the helicarrier? Is it that one moment in Avengers Assemble where Iron Man's putting it back together, and that's what you're doing in between the whole time? You're just building stuff?
Hey man, take a break and do some puzzles and some spatial reasoning games.
But the customizations look like a total blast. I really love that everything they were referencing was going back to the comic book inspirations they specifically wanted to derive each character from, and the amount of like suits you can acquire. And it sounds like most of it is not online purchasing, that a lot of it you can eventually earn your way to. Kamala Khan looks awesome. There's so much capitalization on Thor here, but I thought Kamala Khan's abilities look pretty sweet, you know?
Well, and they're like the newest thing showcased in the trailer, at least in terms of us being familiar with the powers and stuff like that.
And with m.o.d.o.k, taking the villain route, which is like in a lot of ways a Spider-Man villain, of a guy who is like, I'm this way because of the Avengers. Using that to give it a more personal motive. And the setup of him is smart, using AIM and then building all this artificial intelligence or robots that he can control with his mind, so not exactly AI. Building that because that opens you up to a large quantity, so you could have a whole bunch of jack 'em up stuff going on throughout the game with all your Avengers characters you can hop around with.
Just imagine, you could have like a Metal Gear-esque moment with Iron Man where like he gets inside the mind of the suit and then you gotta unplug the controls.
It'd be neat. And also, you know, like we're probably going to see other Avengers characters that will appear. They were talking about at Hill how there's a whole bunch of different people. Some people who just don't want to submit to AIM. Some people who are Inhumans. So we'll probably see other characters from Marvel that are like superhero based appear here. Really what I really want to see is like just a bit of a tease for what the villain fight is like, and to get a clearer idea of what the adventure could feel like in between all the cool, crazy, fun combat stuff.
Yeah, because like the difference between this and the story trailer for me was like this showcased a lot of the big, what felt like co-op kind of things. Whereas like the story trailer did seem like it might even allow you to start out in a very contained way as just Kamala Khan discovering what's going on with herself, figuring out what position she's in with AIM, and then going on this adventure to find the Avengers. And it seems like the gameplay from there could open up depending on who you meet and what storylines you have access to. But the thing that seemed the coolest about this across the board was just the breadth of modes you could get into, because it seems like you can, if you want to, just jump in, pick a character, and then go and do some kind of a, you know, cool mission. It's got the story there if you need it, but if you don't, you can plug and play. I know they have like a co-op mode where like 5 of you can get together and each pick a character. And I too appreciated that, because you do have specific characters with their specific personalities. You can at least somewhat customize them to fit your use of those characters. So yeah, just as an experience offering an expansion to, you know, this type of game especially, I can definitely see like tons of potential. And yeah, the only thing I don't have a great grasp on is day one, you pick this game up, you plug it in, where do you start? What's that gonna feel like? I know what like a big melee match is gonna feel like, and I know what, you know, the cutscenes are gonna look like, but it seems like there could be a good amount of like sneaking stuff you have to do, or puzzle solving as Kamala Khan early.
What's the exploration element gonna be like?
Yeah, exactly. exactly.
Because I love that. Getting back into gaming like a year or two ago, like that was something that I grew a much bigger appreciation for. And that's why it takes so long with video games. I get crazy with the exploring part of things. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and somebody in the comments of the last video said this, and I thought the same was like, I kind of wish this was some open world game where I could just explore all these places for a bit, you know, and then get back to avenging them.
Yeah, I know it sounds like we're harping on this, and to an extent we are. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a fully utilized open world like Red Dead, but something kind of like the m.o.d.o.k games like Uncharted or even the first Last of Us, more of that than Last of Us 2, where it's like you can look around and you could explore some stuff, but it's pretty clear which path you got to take the whole time, you know?
Yeah, and exploring, it might bring you something enriching or something fun, or it might waste your time. But yeah, it's like apparent that you can explore some.
Yeah.
And that's always a nice option to have.
I just don't want this game to only be fun for like a couple of hours.
Yeah, and then lose its charm and make you not care about completing the story. Yeah.
So right now, I'm like somewhere between like 85 to 90% on everything in terms of confidence in what this game will be like. It just seems like whenever they unveil more, it keeps getting better. The last story trailer looked the best it's ever been. This gameplay trailer I prefer more than the last one we got, however long ago that was. There's going to be more to come. They said here, right, that they're going to be releasing a beta, or they'll announce when they'll be releasing a beta. I mean, the game comes out in just a little bit. So
it comes out for your birthday.
Yeah. They say 2020 or 2021?
2020.
It's 2020? All right.
September 4, 2020.
I want to make sure I didn't misread that. Yeah.
For now.
One thing I wish was added in here, and this is definitely a nitpick because this is like this for a lot of video games. When they're doing all the moves, when they're fighting, I love in the voice work when video games go out of their way to have a bit of that struggle in their voice. When they're moving around, like in an intense fight, that is
like grunting and
like as they're doing their delivery, that you can feel like the struggle in the fight, or a little bit of energy being exerted into the fight. I love when they have that touch, and that doesn't seem present at all here. And that's just one tiny thing, as I know a lot of games don't do that.
And it does seem at least somewhat important because, you know, the line between it feeling like characters in this situation actually talking and just, you know, 5 people sitting at home with headsets on, you know, it's pretty thin, you know, because of how commonplace that scenario is.
Is there going to be online co-op, they said?
I believe.
Because that would be a blast.
Yeah.
If you could, like, team up, you know, one of your friends is Hulk, the other one's Iron Man, the other one's Black Widow, whatever.
I'm pretty sure,
that would be a total... I mean, they're talking about co-op, so it has to exist in some format.
It's the future. I feel like there would be no excuse nowadays, especially for as high-profile property as the Avengers, not to let you remotely get together and do some ass-kicking.
Because they talked about combat and co-op, where you could have, like, a finisher move or something.
Yeah. Or you can have like a couple of... That was the thing I was wondering too, is like if you have an actual co-op going on and you stun your enemy, do you have control over like, okay, well, you and me, let's go over there and do their stunned finisher move, or is that like a computer thing?
Yeah, or whoever just happens to be nearby.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I thought this was a blast. The video flew by. That did not feel like 20 plus minutes. That was like a really quick experience actually, and I was pretty into it. It looks like they're really bringing their powers and their abilities to life, and the idea of getting to use the wide variety of cool powers that haven't even been demonstrated in the movies feels very, very exciting for the gameplay. I'm excited for it. This actually got me the most excited. Out of any one we've seen, this is the one that got me the most excited. So, what'd you guys think? Are you satisfied? Do you like it? Are you still apprehensive, or are you leaning more towards the positives? Leave your thoughts down below. If you liked our video, you can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get notified whenever we got a video up. Follow us on social media. It would mean a hell of a lot. We'll catch you guys soon.